Greetings, land of YouTube. I came across a real interesting site here. For those of you who watched my last video, I was talking about a bull trap on this expiration, quarterly futures closure. I was talking about maybe the Bitcoin coming down. I was going back through that video and I was trying to find ways to disprove what I was saying. This whole pattern here, I believe to be a Wyckoff distribution, or even following a Dow theory of a market cycle. I explained that in the last video. I'll link the last video down in the description if you want to check that out. This was in my last video, this chart here, and this is a market cycle like we're in now. We're about right here, and I'm expecting a redistribution dump with a pump when we get down to the real bottom. I started looking where they had this drawn, so I went into our Bitcoin chart and I took this parallel line tool and I put it where they've got it. It's there to there, and I stuck it up here like so. And a couple of videos back, I had talked about how this looks symmetrical. This entire, what I'm calling a Wyckoff distribution, this entire market cycle, it appears to be symmetrical. And I was talking about maybe the bots are making it do that. I mean, it just strikes me as being oddly symmetrical. And so I put those lines in here, and it's actually in a different place to where I had them drawn in a couple of videos back where I just picked my own points. But following this chart here, seeing how they drew it from the bottom of that green bar to the bottom of the red bar candlestick, I did that, and it's in a little different place. And I took that. Watch this. Watch what happens when I go back to where did I put that? Like right here, give or take, in that area where the trend kind of started, kind of back at what I've been calling the true accumulation. You could put it back here further, but I've always kind of liked this November 30-day accumulation. So I could probably put it back one more day, but I just put it there, and then I put it here like so, and I just put it to right about there, and wham bam, what do you got there? Is that a perfect triangle? What is it? And I thought it was kind of interesting. I noticed this a while back on my own. Oh, I'm still noticing it on my own, I guess. Hopefully on this channel I can put out some original content you might not find anywhere else. But I don't know if this is just a fluke or not. So this is a pattern that starts on November 20th. So that's 8 months ago. This pattern has been in this triangle. So that's nothing to sneeze at. That's a good long time. It violated it one time here on our first original pump to that local high. For those of you who've been watching, y'all remember that. 42,000. That's the only violation of this. Here's the interesting part. We just got rejected from a pump on Bitcoin. And look at this. Look at this resistance line. This triangle is forming. Look at this. Here's where Elon Musk tweeted. Here's the lower high where Elon Musk tweeted. And the death candles down. It wiped everybody out. Most everybody. Everybody didn't know it was coming. And then I've been calling this a redistribution, while other people are calling it an accumulation. And that's my last video I was talking about. I don't see any Dow or Wyckoff charts that have a monster move like this playing out and coming down out of distribution, dropping into an accumulation that goes up. I can't find that chart. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I can't find it in Dow and Wyckoff theory. So this is the part that's amazing to me. Right there, boom. I watched that rejection happen, right? So if I'd been playing this triangle since May 8th, it would be absolutely perfect. This is the daily chart. It's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10, however you want to look at that, 8, 9 or 10 days where it just slammed into it and just got pushed back down, right? Look at it. So I don't know if that can be ignored. That might be a legitimate deal I've stumbled onto there. And look at the symmetry. I've been saying the word symmetry. Look at that. That's pretty hard to ignore, folks. I don't know exactly what it says. I suppose if it were to not break out, see, this is kind of a triangle formation here. This support line at 30,000, and then this diagonal going up from there. I suppose it's going to break out of here up or break out of here down. I'm leaning towards down because we've been pounding the support over and over and over. And eventually, I'm thinking it's going to snap. And I'm thinking a death candle. When I say death candle, for those who don't know what I mean, see this big red thing here? It goes way down here. It takes out all the longs. And then it comes back up a little bit. And then it forms a new range area. I'm expecting that. And maybe a range between 20 and 30,000. I don't know. That's just speculation. But this is very interesting to watch. If you extrapolate this out, extrapolate is a fun word. That'll be a word of the day. Extrapolate. So if we followed this line down, we would hit 30,000 on July 4th. Interesting enough. We would hit the major support line July 4th and 5th. If we just followed this top line, it could bust down earlier than that, right? But if we just kept following this diagonal down, it'd be a $20,000 Bitcoin July 22nd. And of course, if it came down sooner than that, it could be anywhere in here, right? So July 9th, July 28th, that's 16,000, 20,000. July 22nd to conceivably July 4th, 5th, 6th. This 2 weeks from July 4th, July 22nd. If we stayed in this little under this diagonal and this little channel down, I'm not saying it's going to, but this, without a doubt, is a form. Looks like a perfect triangle. You might be able to draw it in a little better, and maybe other sites you could draw it in even better, and maybe you could get rid of that little nubbin sticking out there. But that's the only blemish. Basically, one day closed outside of it. That one's the next day looks like it's right on it. The day before, maybe right on it. Looks like one day has closed outside of that perfect triangle. Maybe it's not a perfect triangle, but to the human eye, it's looking pretty perfect to me. And I've suspected bots doing this. I've suspected programmed bots that have been forming this. I've expected that for a couple months now. Of course, with some help from Elon Musk here. But that's a perfect triangle. Well, I'm calling it a perfect triangle. I don't know if it's exactly perfect, but you get what I'm saying, right? Well, it's not a perfect triangle because obviously the bottom side is shorter than the other two sides. So I'm not up to date on my geometry, whatever you would call it. It's definitely got, I'll just leave it at symmetry. Okay. Good enough. You see what I'm saying? I'm already bearish at this point. Short term. Long term, I'm a bull. I'm expecting a late year pump of some sorts. But this is kind of interesting. If you want to draw this yourself on your chart, did you see where I put that? Let me go back to it for you real quick. If you want to draw this in, just if you want to. Now, I'm not saying put money on this. I'm not saying place a bet on this. I'm just saying this is extremely interesting to watch. You don't need to use a parallel tool. If you don't have a parallel tool, you can just take your line tool and put that first point, data point is on the bottom of the screen bar here. Data point is there on that wick there. You can see it. Just copy that. You can freeze it, I guess. I'll just stop talking. Hope you enjoyed this. As always, thanks for watching.